I think it's understandable in today's age that people are interested in engaging with brands in new ways, in ways that they're familiar with. And if you think about millennials and upcoming individuals, you'll know that they're gravitating towards their mobile phones to engage with brands. So they're not interested in email, they're interested in instant messenger, you know. And a bridge between that is social media. Social media is a way to communicate with brands in real time, and that's really how they want to engage. They don't want to phone up a store or phone up a brand to ask queries. They Google it, right? And when they can't find those answers, they're going to turn to channels that they feel comfortable with, and often that's social now. So we're seeing more and more that social is now the first point of contact with most brands. So they may not even have seen the television commercial or any other aspect. They've heard about the brand maybe through a friend or something posted, and they might actually go directly to the brand and say, hey, I want to know more about your products and services. And they're going to forego email and telephones and web. They're going to forego all that stuff and go directly to social and say, hey, so it's your storefront. It becomes a storefront. It becomes how a customer chooses to engage, and the relationship that they have with the brand is through that social media channel. And that's really where we see the opportunity for social customer service, when brands realize that in today's age, that's where customers are, and that's where customers want to engage with brands. You know that a lot of brands tend to dictate what their call center hours are. And in some ways, social acts on the same principles. It's kind of like saying, call us Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, if that's the brand strategy, if that's the way of operating. Remember, it works differently in financial services. It depends on the product category. Some products, you might actually only reach the company 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, which is, in today's age, is quite acceptable. So don't get too scared about the 24-hour nature of social media. It is possible to still set the limits, you know, with your customers, say, we only engage with you through the following hours. So, you know, it follows that same sort of mindset. But I think in terms of how customers choose to engage, you know, they want kind of immediate responses, and they want answers within a reasonable time. I think that's more of the consideration rather than the business hours tied in with social. What I would advise a lot of brands do is to start off by listening and trying to understand what is the nature of the queries customers are having. I think for brands that are not familiar with what people are saying, it's quite simple. Just put in a keyword search into Google and see, you know, is anyone talking about me? You know, go to Twitter, go to Facebook, type your brand names in and see who might potentially be talking about your brand. You should be able to identify the differences between a normal query, you know, a normal mention of your brand. Someone says, hey, you know, have you heard of this brand? Or, you know, or just mention a brand, or it's a hashtag or something to that effect, you know. But every now and again, you should be able to quite easily identify what is a customer service query. People coming to you asking you, where can I find the latest product? Where, you know, which branch do I go to? Or I have a service problem, can you help? You know, you should be able to quite easily identify those. And once you start understanding what those things are, you're better able to start developing strategies around how do we bring this information into our business, and how do we seamlessly kind of engage this conversation in a way that's meaningful.